Welcome to Sheni v'Chamishi. For the next 6 weeks, we're going to be doing a series on the halachas of Rabbi Shai Braun, the Rav. I don't know what you call him, Mada Asra, ask them over there what they call him, of Crown Heights. We're going to be doing, examining the halachas and a little pilpul and interpretation. I'm going to use the methods of science, laws of physics, art, and prophecy, which I'm not going to prophesize, but I'm going to explain what prophecy is and how people get prophetic interpretations. I choose these three methods, art, science, art, and prophecy, because those are three ways that mankind have used to ways of knowing. Art, not so much as science and prophecy both make claims about reality. So, and art is also a way of knowing, and I'll explain a little story about an artist on a train. I forget his name, and he said it was in modern art, and he was sitting on a train in Europe, and someone was sitting over there mumbling to himself, modern art, I don't get it. So he asks him, what forgot the name of it, what don't you like about it? So he says, it's nothing like reality. And he says, what is like reality? So he goes, right here, picture of my wife. Opens his wallet, takes out a picture of his wife, and he looks at the picture and he goes, wow, she's awfully small and flat. So this is just a way of knowing. This artist was very famous. It's so hard to slip off. It's like me forgetting Moshe Rabbeinu. Prophecy is a way asking questions, like the insignia of Yale University. Urim v'tumim. Yesterday at the Thanksgiving dinner we had a guy, and he had a sweatshirt from Yale and said Urim v'tumim on it, and I understood that this was not, it's Hebrew, but it was not created by Jews, it was created by Christians. They feel entitled to the Bible just like any other sect in Yiddishkeit feels entitled to the same Moshe Rabbeinu. It's not a big deal to me. But there was a nice Yid there that was very disappointed to find out that this Urim V'tumim symbol, which meant that they would stick God's name on a parchment inside a breastplate, and it would make light-ups, and this is what they claimed. So he was disappointed to know that it wasn't the Jews behind this Yale University, but he was very proud to know that it was religious people, deeply religious people. What he's forgetting is that it's a very vague word. What does deeply religious mean? There was a president of Yale not too long ago, maybe in the 1800s, who was against vaccinations. He thought it's playing a trick on God. I mean, in a modern context today, we know this guy is not just crazy, but dangerous. And this is the president of Yale. So, back to the halachas of Rav Braun. We're going to examine one halacha he gives on the toilet in the bathroom. What constitutes tumah, what you're allowed to do in there, and then automatically the halacha, the science of the halacha changes when it comes to brushing your teeth. If you're going in there just to brush your teeth, finishes off the halacha by saying about ruchos, spirits. Maybe, I don't know what he means by spirits. If you could ask him, it would be great. Does he believe in spirits? And are those spirits ghosts? Are they figures of animals or humans? And if they're there, do they attach to you? Do they contaminate your skin? Do they even take up any space? Could they be blown away by wind? Wind is just another matter. Even though you think it's invisible, it's not spiritual, it's not supernatural. Wind is natural. You could use it to fly. So the halacha he gives is ein l'dayin alamasha ein avrayis, which he went beyond that, because back in the day, a Rav could not be a Rav if he didn't know the sciences, laws of physics. They wouldn't accept him as a Rav. Today, because it's there are many groups, and they might end up being the majority, but there are many groups that will accept you as a Rav just if you could repeat the laws and mix it up and throw in mysticism into law, into halakha. Halakha has to do with the legs, walking out, walking with God and stuff. So it's not to do with the stars, with beyond what humans try to predict. It has to do with walking on the ground. So that has to be reality. So you can't use it. Why do we in the first place believe in ghosts and spirits? If is it necessary to be a frum yid to believe in that? And the answer is it's not. Just like it's not necessary to go to mikveh every day. But what mikveh could do for you, no mitzvah could accomplish. Is being sad an aveda? No. But what sadness could do, no aveda could accomplish. So this is an amazing short story about. We're speaking about Shabtai Tzvi. And Mekubalim at the time, he was clearly a Mekubal and of the Arizal's denomination, discipline, whatever, practice. And he sent Erev Shabbos today. It's a beautiful Erev Shabbos story. He sent a coat to the Taz through his son, and he gave a nice, like a bekish, a kaftan. It was a gift. And the Taz's son brought this gift from the Shabtai Tzvi. This is before the Shabtai Tzvi was considered the Shabtai Tzvi. He was considered a Talmud Chacham, or people held of him at the time. And when the Taz puts the coat on out of Shabbos, the coat disappears. It's gone. So my moil in Crown Heights was telling me the story. So when he said that, and at the time I just started to study science, I asked him, "You believe that this garment just disappeared? Do you believe that story? Do you believe this is true?" So he gave me such a look, like shocked. Now I thought of it. Why would he be shocked? I dissected why and what. The reason he was shocked with my skepticism was because if you don't believe that the garment disappeared, what else won't you believe? You understand? Until you take apart the whole Torah. The Isis and Maifsim Shabbatayra, you ask on each thing. So, and many Chachamim did ask, and many Chachamim said you don't have to believe it, right? Because Yiddishkeit has everyone based on what they say. There's no code, and So, when I get to art, what is art? I have a book. It's halachas of how to dress, and it's also a lot of art is in it. And in the art, I'm looking at different things, different. Some of these things are amazing. You look at it mamish, it's pile on you. So if I use art to fool someone, because and he sees it, would he pass in the wrong halacha? It's possible. But in reality, I can't take that art and make something real out of it. Like I can't make a medicine out of it. But if it's science, it has to be testable. So I could test it again and again, and independent testing, and then it won't go far if it's not reality. But if I use art, I could fool someone. I could ask a Rav if I could drink. I could tell this Rav I have a bottle of mashke, and it has fire in it. I could say, look, the bottle has fire in it. Could I drink it on Shabbos? So the Rav might say, no, yes, whatever the halacha is about this bottle, but just like a light bulb, is a light bulb fire? The answer is absolutely not. So why do people not use it? Well, that's their business, what laws they manage to interpret of making lights and electricity be considered, whether it's not considered fire, so it's boina. So then if it's boina, then what else is considered boina? Let's, keep asking. So if I sent a photo of this bottle with the fire and Rav sees it and he paskins, I made a joke. I used art. There's really fire behind the bottle. It looks like there's fire in the bottle, and asked, could I drink it? So that's art. And then there's prophecy, which prophecy I don't really want to get involved. Something that Yidden and Yiddishkeit have let go of it, and not because we lost the Beis HaMikdash. There will never be a prophet today in Judaism that will be accepted. Eliyahu Navi could come back tomorrow, and nobody's going to talk to the guy. He might try to kill a few people, but the Nevuah is no more. It's not coming back. Something people did back in the day. They used oracles and things like that. It's dismissed. and then science. So science is negated to the halakha of the bathroom. If there's nothing tangible there, what's the issue? Put in a few links so you could read up on it, then you can go back and ask further on the question on his teaching.